What's up? My name is Ken Bimbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to J. Cool.
Greetings to you, fellow citizens. My name is Binwell Mpundu. I am elected Member of Parliament in Nkana. Also, I am referred to as nkana. Fellow citizens, this afternoon I thought that we could have a very genuine conversation and we can be as candid as we can be. For a very long time, we have shied away from having this very honest conversation. Unfortunately, it has dawned on us as a Zambian people that we entrusted power in a group of people who are no longer interested in serving the interest of you, the Zambian people. It is very clear that the group of people we gave power are interested in serving their own interests. The revelations that have been made in the last couple of days and weeks, profiling huge cases of corruption, are an indication of the trouble that we are in today. Fellow citizens, I think that by now you may have heard a number of dubious transactions that have been reported in the Financial Intelligence Center report, and the figures have risen from 2 billion kwacha in 2020 to 13 billion kwacha now. Sadly, when people are going without medicines in the hospitals, I'm sure by now you have heard of the medicine scandal. Sadly, when this country is faced or confronted with serious challenges, people you gave power are sharing public money in fake compensations. And at the helm of this is the highest office in charge of justice. And what do we see? The perpetrators of these crimes against the Zambian people are not even being fired, but just being moved from one place to another. Sadly. Fellow citizens, today injustices are rife. Yes, some of you would cry out, crucify him, crucify him. But I can tell you there are a number of Zambian citizens today, particularly those with divergent views, who have been thrown into jail on trumped-up charges. There are a number of our brothers and sisters who have stayed months in jail without being taken to court. I think you have heard of the case of Kasanda. When everybody else who was part of that, failed transaction at the airport has been taken out of the case, Kasanda is rotting in jail. I don't support insults, but I think you are also aware of why me, who traded insult with a non-cadre, why me today is rotting in jail. The list is long. There's a young brother of ours, Rizwani, in the Eastern Province, who is rotting in jail. I think you remember the case of Mr. Ground and Chama America. 8 months. He has never been presented before the courts. The latest is my brother, JJ. I think now you know the story. That the perpetrators of the crime, those who abducted JJ, are walking free, enjoying power. Our friend is out there suffering with ill health in prison. I think you know now that Tayari has now been turned from being a victim into a criminal. Colleagues, you know that the energy crisis is not about to be resolved anytime soon. So darkness for our country continues. Yet we do know that even the information they are giving you about the exports are not correct, because we have heard the reports in other countries that are boasting of getting 49% of their imports or power imports from Zambia. Yet your authorities here are suggesting otherwise, that they've recorded or almost the entire exports of power. It is not true. Based on the reports we are listening or we are reading from Botswana, from Namibia, from Congo, from South Africa. In the midst of all this, people have conveniently chosen to steal public money. So in times like this, it brings us to a question: what do we do next? Colleagues, if we are not economic with the truth, time has come for us to have this very genuine conversation. Are we headed in the right direction, or we are headed for trouble? From my little experience in politics, I can tell you the longer we wait, the more we slip into abyss. It is time for us to have a genuine conversation over the need for leadership to change. Sadly, we need a people in Zambia to be in charge of leadership who are morally upright. People who prioritize the interests of the 20 million Zambians as opposed to prioritizing their own interest. Make no mistake, Zambia is extremely rich. In fact, on paper, Zambia remains but the most amongst the richest countries because of our mineral endowments, because of our natural resources. No wonder a Vietnamese can see an opportunity to invest $72 billion. Sadly, he proposes to take away 6 million hectares of land. And some Zambians were prepared to give away our own inheritance, 6 million hectares of land. Whilst we have managed to fight that 6 million bogus deal, government is giving away 11,000 hectares of land to the Rwandese. We need a leadership that is morally upright. People that will make decisions in the best interest of the Zambian people, even when we are not looking. That is the kind of leadership we need. I can tell you from where I stand, from my experience, that time has come for change. Which is why I'm very convinced that you may not change the politics game or the game of politics, but it is important to begin to change the players. I'm very convinced that time has come for the young people to take the lead. But young people need to throw away fear. Young people need to pick up courage. And young people need to be focused now more than ever. Forget what they will tell you. Time has come for us as young people to stand together. And when I talk about young people, I'm not excluding all those Zambians who have the interest of the country first. Time has come for us to get together, and which is why I want to announce today to you that we have conceived an idea of Zambians coming together through a movement we are calling the Movement for Good Governance. The idea of this movement is to bring together young people from across the country, because we've seen that young people have simply been used as tools of violence, have been used just for campaigns. And when the time for sharing the national cake comes, you are relegated into being spectators. Sadly, young people have found it convenient and proud to be called cadres. Others are proud to be called praise singers. Fellow young people, how long? Please, let us get together, because the future of this country lies in a balance, or hangs in a loose balance, unless we do something. Our fellow young people in Senegal have taken a bold step by changing the players in the political space in Senegal, electing a 44-year president. I think by now you have seen the results of a 36-year-old president in Burkina Faso, and now Burkina Faso is fast changing into an economic giant. I will not talk about our friends in Kenya, because I don't believe that we need to destroy this country that we intend to rule. But I can tell you that young people in Kenya have confronted their fears and they've picked up courage. We don't need to go that route, but there's a need for us to throw away our fears and unite to save this country. Unite to save this country through the ballot. And that ballot should usher in people that are going to prioritize the interest of the Zambian people as opposed to personal interest. Look out for our WhatsApp groups, the Movement for Good Governance, also being called Ichabaiche. That is, if you are familiar with the Bemba speaking language, we are calling it Chabafana. We are calling it Kiabanike if you're coming from the northwestern. We are calling it Sabanana if you're coming from the west. We are also calling it Njabana if you're coming from the south. In short, we've come up with an idea of young people coming together so that young people can now take over or lead this country. When I say young people, I'm not excluding old people, those who are interested in the welfare of our country. Because after all, they say, Omuliro chingira bakalamba taocha, but we want people that are passionate about saving Zambia. What Zambia lacks today is a leadership that is morally upright. That's all. Because we have everything. All we lack is a leadership that will prioritize the interests of the Zambian people. Don't say I did not tell you. Time to join the Movement for Good Governance is now. Enjoy your day. Thank you very much.
Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, J Cool, and turn on the notification bell, cause I'm gonna see you in the next video.